Welcome to the Michigan Minecraft Education Edition Pilot Kickoff. This is year 2 of the pilot. We're so glad that you're joining us today to hear all the exciting things that happened in the year 1 pilot, and we're going to be looking forward to what's to come in year 2, so that's really exciting as well. My name's Amanda Stuhl. I'm with the Michigan Department of Education in the Office of the Office of Systems Evaluation and Technology within the Education Technology Unit. So here at MDE, we are piloting this project, and I'm going to flip to the next screen. We have a whole team of individuals that is making this pilot year happen. From myself here at the Department of Education to staff at the Michigan Department of Technology Management and Budget. They're helping us with the technical aspect of receiving the licenses from our vendor and deploying them out to school district tenants. And then working with your technology staff in district to make sure that software is downloaded to devices and that your 365 accounts are set up for educators and students so that the licenses can be accessed. We also have some great... Oh, thank you. We also have some great support and partners at our REMC Instructional Technology Specialist Group. I see Tina's on. I'm sure we have others that I'm just not seeing quickly through the list here. But our REMC RITS team has helped support the project by providing feedback on what professional development is needed and supporting also our IT staff and deploying licenses out. So thank you to them. KRESA is also a fiscal agent for some grant dollars here at the department that is supporting our Minecraft professional learning communities coordinator, Matt Hawkins. So Matt is on the call with us today as well. And he's going to have some students join us in just a little bit, so we'll introduce them when they're available. But Matt is going to be helping us coordinate and lead a professional learning community as well. So we're excited to have Matt on board. We also have Susie Tinker from Microsoft on the call with us today. Susie is our Microsoft Minecraft Education Edition lead. And we're excited to have this great partnership with them to offer training, technical assistance, services, and the licenses themselves to educators and students across Michigan. And last but not least, we have on with us as well our partners with EduPass. EduPass has 4 online modules that are like the foundational platform for educators to manage, to maneuver in Minecraft, and they're going to talk a little bit more about those courses and how to access them here in a little bit during the webinar as well. I feel like I got everyone on the team, but maybe not. I think Tom Knight from CTE was on a little bit ago. I know that he was only able to be on for a little bit. But Tom Knight and CTE, we have a great partnership here at Michigan Department of Education with our CTE staff, which is actually where this pilot project started. They had additional funding through their TEALS program in the IT Academy that they were able to extend to the Minecraft, which is then we can have a full K-12 scope and sequence of high-quality educational technology tools for students that we're piloting across the state. So thank you to Tom and his team from CTE, as well as a great partner. And then even you guys have been in the field as our educators piloting this project, are a huge component of our team, providing great feedback in year 1, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit too. But I just want to say thank you to everybody for all of your work so far for the Michigan Minecraft pilot, and thank you to our team that's providing additional resources and supports to you in the field. So we'll move on now to our webinar agenda and a little bit of housekeeping. So as I shared the agenda today, we're going to spend a half an hour in our segment called A Year in Review, where we're going to be speaking with educators and students who participated in year one's pilot. We have some key questions to ask them, but then we're going to open it up for chats with you, the audience, to see what questions you have for them so that you can identify what lessons they learned and what might be some new best practices that are emerging that we can implement in year two. We'll then spend a half an hour of our time talking about a year to come. So what are the new features and resources available in Minecraft? What pilots, within a pilot, we will be conducting this year, what special training and technical assistance we're going to be offering to you throughout the year. So that will be that portion of today's webinar. And then, of course, we want to spend some time celebrating all of the great things that have happened in year one. But even now, we know that licenses have been deployed and projects are running, lessons are being implemented into the classroom. So we would love to hear from you guys about how you're already implementing year two and what things you're celebrating already. And then we'll do a wrap up and reflection on the year to come. So hopefully we'll have some really good time together, and we'll open up for discussion as well. So it's not just me, the talking head from MDE, doing a little song and dance for you. We will definitely get into some really deep conversations today. A little bit of housekeeping. As I shared, we will be recording today's webinar, and the webinar will be posted to our techplan.org website. It must go out to a third-party vendor to have closed captioning added so that it's ADA compliant before it's posted. So it'll be a little while. I'm hoping only about a 2-week window till the actual recording is posted, but we will make sure that is up there. You can already visit the website and get additional information, including today's PowerPoint. So the PowerPoint itself will be there. The recording will be there shortly. Throughout today's call, if you have a question, please use the chat feature. I see that we've got some chats already in there, so thank you. Eric, I am so sorry. I forgot to announce you as one of our newest team members. Eric Roberts is with us on the call today too from Prodigy Learn. That's another pilot project that he will be sharing with you. This is brand new, hot off the presses opportunity for Michigan to engage on. So I'm excited for you all to hear that. So thank you, Eric, for being here and on the call. And I'll turn it over to him in just a little while when it's his slide to talk. So we will be using the chat feature. So thank you guys for using it. Feel free to put questions in there later when we have our panel of students and educators. I'll help to facilitate those questions and responses with the students. We're also going to be using a polling feature today as we start to highlight the new resources in year two, just to get some feedback from you initially here today. Yes, that's something you're interested in. No, probably not. Or maybe you just want some more information. So we'll use that polling feature too throughout the day. Any questions about today's agenda or the way we're going to be facilitating the webinar through the Zoom? All right, I'm getting some no's and we're all good to go. So I'll move on. Great. So briefly, I wanted to share with everyone why Michigan, why did the Department of Education decide to work with our third-party vendors at Microsoft and CDW and utilize state funds to access Minecraft licenses? Well, as you can see, we know that the Minecraft license supports real learning outcomes. There's been a lot of research done with the Microsoft team to identify the impact it has on student achievement, and those outcomes are real. And those outcomes are aligned to our Michigan core content standards. So this is a way of engaging students to meet those standards. We also recently adopted the MITEX, which stands for the Michigan Integrated Technology Competencies. There's 7 competencies such as global citizen, knowledge constructor, cybersecurity, safety online. Those competencies are supported and able to be learned through Microsoft's Minecraft edition. Learning to code. Michigan is also running a new project, which is to develop and adopt Michigan computer science standards. Within those computer science standards, they encompass those MyTech competencies, as well as outline the standards for coding, again, cybersecurity, problem solving, computational thinking. So this tool really aligns well, again, to the work that Michigan is doing around computer science standards and ensuring that our students are ready for the college and careers moving forward. And it's absolutely classroom friendly. It supports educators in effectively using technology. This is a way not to add on to educators, but to help support and enhance the work that and the wonderful work that you guys are doing in the classroom every day. So those are some of the main reasons why Michigan chose to partner with the Microsoft team to offer Minecraft education licenses across the state. So with all of that, I'm going to turn it over. Actually, we've got a few more slides to start talking about our year in review. So our year one pilot started last year mid-year. About November is when we found out we were going to have funding for this 3-year pilot. Again, like I shared, we had a partnership with our CTE office, Career Tech Ed office, and we put the application out in January. We were able to deploy 64,000 licenses across the state in over a 3-month period in a pilot cohort phase. So we did a cohort A, B, and C in order to release. That helped us here at MDE identify where there might be some pain points in our technical process for deploying. So we did that in January, March, and then in May. And then we were able to activate our RITS group and help with identifying some key technology training. So we did a training offering at McCall. And then we conducted and built out through the EduPath team our online modules. In the presentation today too, I was just noticing, and I wanted to make sure I called it out. You can see deployment guide here is in gray and underlined. Online training is in red. That's because they're links. So when you access the PowerPoint on our website, you'll be able to link directly to EduPath in that way. You'll also be able to link to the deployment guide as well.
Yeah.
Great. So our year one in review, as I shared, we had 64,000 licenses that were shredded. That was a new tech term I learned in being project manager for the pilot, so that was neat for me to do that. And 64,000 licenses across the state was a good start. And we had 90 tenants across the state, with 75% new Microsoft tenants being adopted or created. So that was our year one results. This is going to give us our baseline. So we're looking forward to seeing year two results show an extreme increase in the number of licenses that we put out. As I shared, we have 175,000 licenses available. So we still have a lot of room to give out licenses. So if you have friends in other districts who still want licenses, have them contact me and you'll get my contact information at the end of the presentation. We'll make sure that we get them their licenses. All right, I think our next slide here is our year in review, our panel with our educators. So we have our educators, Matt Hawkins from Gull Lake, Amy Ochens from Waterville Schools, Parker Woodrow and Megan Clifford are our students, both from Gull Lake. So Matt, are you and your students available?
Yes, we are here. Can you hear us?
We can. I can.
Okay. All right. So I'll get started. Matt Hawkins. I'm at Gull Lake. Oh, I think we have some announcements. We have Friday Fun Night happening.
Oh.
Participants who are in the Monopoly tournament, please report to the media center. Monopoly tournament participants, please report to the media center. We're getting ready to get started.
Okay. Hopefully those are short and not very often. So I'm at Gull Lake Middle School. Had been at our intermediate building for the previous 5 years. We've been using Minecraft. This will be the third year that tried out. So from a McCall conference, thought I would try it out, and I think one of our questions here for educators is why, and why did I want to start out, and my answer to that was engagement, kind of set the hook. I knew nothing about it when we got started, and walked away from that, from the session at McCall. Did download it onto the iPad and tried it out that weekend, and struggled with it, and then learned a lot from my 5-year-old daughter at the time. And so she helped me figure a lot of things out and get going. And as soon as we shared that we would try Minecraft Education Edition, a lot of engagement from the class, and we keep hearing that each time. Just a quote yesterday over in the 5th grade building. Actually, Parker's sister's in that class right now. That we heard social studies. I used to hate social studies, but now it is my favorite. And so just those, that was the first why for me to engage and try something different, and kind of come down onto a language for the common language for a lot of students. And so that was first question. Is Amy with us to share? We have another, and she might be gone. We had another educator that has been trying it out, so we'll move over to Parker and Megan.
So in my opinion, I loved using Minecraft. When we did last year, all the things, it just had more of a fun feel to it instead of just working on like a worksheet or something like that. That's kind of like the normal thing that you do. But in Minecraft, when you use it to do math or something, like one thing we worked on last year was area in Minecraft, where we had to make area to make buildings and stuff like that, and that was like fun math for me. And we used it for pretty much every different thing that we did for it. We used it in science, we used it in math, we used it in social, well, I don't know if I think we used it in social studies, but whenever we did use it, it had that like fun feel to it that it was gonna be something fun. So
yeah, and most kids are familiar with Minecraft, so when we used to hop in schools, we were going to do Minecraft. It was really fun because we didn't think we had all the different things we can do in it. We're familiar to the game, so it was easier for us. And yeah, it was really fun to be on a game instead of a worksheet because there's many things we can do in the game, and we got to play in it sometimes and like do anything, and it was really cool because you can make
So how we used Minecraft in the different ways was, as I said, that we used it in all the different types of subjects that we had. But like some things we created were landforms in it when we were working with science, where we created some different landforms. We created like coordinate planes in there to create things. When we went on our field trip to Mackinac last year, we did like a Mackinac prep in it. We kind of dabbled in that. And some things that it can be helpful for kids to learn is in math, you can make area, and you can use the different blocks to create different things if you want to. And like we created, I think the biggest thing that we did last year with Minecraft was when we made landforms. We spent about a week on it last year, and we kind of did a bunch of research on it, used prior knowledge to try and create different landforms, and we each were assigned a landform like a volcano, a mountain, like a plateau, and we had to create it in there, and we had certain restraints that we had to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, the landforms, they're really fun to do because there's all different blocks you can use for it, and you can really like see how many blocks your mountain is, or how wide it's gonna be, and there's things you can do in Minecraft. The coding we did in Minecraft, that was really helpful. It helped us learn numbers.
Right. Right.
Like, and how to code, because that was really fun. And even though we're working on it, it's still really fun. We can recreate stuff. We've created lots of things. And this year we recreated monuments.
We kind of started in that, yeah.
Yeah, we created. Yeah, you can recreate stuff and you can build literally anything.
Yeah. So sharing a little bit about starting to work on landmarks, which we'll talk about in a few slides. Thank you. One other question that we had as an educator for me to reflect on was said, does it redefine lesson planning and how do we build collaboration? And one of the parts I think to go from kind of a sit and get, or even just where I am sharing the knowledge that Minecraft moves to a place where we explore together and we're in the world together. So we can do some of that prep and get some world ready together, or we build it together and we learn together. And a surprise for me was it also became a presentation piece where students could, in the past, you got a lot of Google Slides every time that you wanted to present something out, or a poster. And then it became, can I build something in Minecraft and can I screencast that world or these signs around it? So it just became, even projects that didn't have anything to do with Minecraft itself, it would then go into Minecraft to then share their learning or show what they know. And so I think that's some. Did any more questions pop up on?
Are we Are we fifth or sixth? We are sixth graders. Sixth graders.
This is one of the benefits of moving to the middle school. These are students that I had last year in fifth grade, and now I get to hang out with them some more here in sixth grade classes.
That's great. So for the kids, though, you shared how you're using Minecraft, but how are you collaborating in the game? Do you guys get to build together, or?
So for a couple projects, like our landforms, we got to do it with a partner, and we would create a world where we can both go into, so we can both work on it. So you're collaborating on two different computers, but in the same world. So one student would make the world and title it Landforms, Parker and Megan. And then Megan could log on to Minecraft and go into, and then she can go in and look up that name, and then she can get into it and she can help build. Or you could make one whole collaborating one where every student in the classroom could work on it. So you could all do a whole class project like that. And you can just use it to build whatever you want. So if we were building landforms, we could be sitting right next to each other and have two different computers, and we could start coming up with ideas on how to build it.
Great. How would you guys like to use Minecraft in the future? So you talked about the ways you have used it, but have you been thinking, I know your teacher shared with us that you've been wanting to use it for other presentations, but are there other connections you can make to other classes that you think would be fun to use Minecraft for?
Yeah. I think I would like to use it more now because it's blocks and. Yeah,
Math is all about blocks.
Yeah, and there's lots of things you can do in it, like area. That's really fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that it would be awesome if more schools could start using it in all their classrooms, hopefully. I think that would be so cool because Minecraft, the first Minecraft game came out probably about around 6 years ago, 8 years, somewhere around there, as like a game you could download on your mobile device. And then it's kind of evolved and gotten better, and now they have the Education edition. And I think that you could just use it in so many different ways that could help you. If you do it in math, it could also help you in science or social studies or something like that. And I think that the more people that start using it, I think the more fun I think the subjects can be.
Have you used the coding feature?
Yes, we did once last year. Megan, you want to explain?
Yeah, it was really fun, and it made stuff for you, and it taught you how to do stuff in it. And you had like a little buddy with you, and
Yeah.
you could code it to move different places in the game. So it was like you were telling someone to move, but through coding. And you could make the little bot do stuff that you wanted. You could make it build, you could make it jump, you could make it go and walk to somewhere, you could make it
Go through different obstacles.
yeah, and do
You had
literally
like
anything.
you had like it was kind of like you had levels, and you started on level 1, which was as simple as moving forward five spaces, and then it's kind of like Hour of Code when you come to that, and you have different obstacles. And so we started off by doing something as that, but then by the time you got to that, stuff that's a little bit more complicated, you were jumping up and down, moving side to side, going through about 50 spaces of tunnels and obstacles and stuff like that.
Wow, that's pretty neat. We have a couple questions online. Matt, do you see them?
Yeah, I see about we had it was a little back introductory lesson, and there is a tutorial world that is really great for me and other teachers. It shows how to what keys to use and what the left click and the right click do. And it was for that introductory lesson that was kind of hit or miss with students. And I'd say a majority of the students are just ready to roll, and they say, "Wow, I want to get out of this tutorial world and just let me do something." But it's a great introductory lesson for, or an introductory world for somebody that is feeling unsure about it for the first time as a student, or there are some that have only used Minecraft on the tablet version, and then they're curious about what the keys do. And so yes, there is a tutorial world ready to roll, and it's the best start for a teacher that's unsure about starting out with it. Let's see.
I like the comment that says, "Parker and Megan, you rock."
Okay.
That's the best one I've seen so far.
That is the best one. You guys are doing awesome.
Thank you.
And have you used Minecraft before you started school lessons? Were you Minecraft players before school?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I played Minecraft a lot with my brother, but it was not on a computer. It was on an Xbox, but it was literally just the same.
I kind of dabbled in it a little bit. Everyone else was kind of playing it, and I was like, I don't really know. I'm not really sure about it. I didn't really want to do it. But then once I got introduced to the Education Edition, and I started learning about it with the keys and everything, definitely on the computer, it is a lot of fun.
Good.
See from Kathy about recommending as a teacher, for a teacher yourself, I would start with that tutorial world and play through there. That's going to share a lot. And then for class, we're going to recommend the landmark challenge in a few slides about as a first lesson and a way to connect and started. I think Mrs. Henderson. Well, so yeah, so his sister was doing that. My team teacher that I'm not teaming with anymore, she was like, I don't know if we're going to do this anymore, but she gave it a go this week. And for her, so how do I get started? And so she went home and did the tutorial world at home to practice that, kind of get comfortable with it before she rolled it out in her class.
Right. So there's lots of the tutorial world. Definitely, that tutorial world is also built into part of the EduPass modules. And Tina just shared with everyone as well, we'll be having a training coming up, which will give you more details soon on what that looks like. But that'll be another good place to connect with other educators and get more training so we can make sure that we're bringing this tool to more classrooms, as Parker shared, because it will be awesome if this was in all classrooms, right?
Right.
And Amanda, can you hear me? This is Susie.
Yeah, hi Susie.
Hey, this is Susie. I'm on the Minecraft Education Edition team. I'm sitting here in Redmond from our Minecraft office. So hey everyone, and hey Parker and Megan, thanks so much for joining us. I wanted to turn on my video and say hello because this is so cool and such a fun experience for me too. And I'll make sure I get Matt when I see him in Michigan in a few weeks some stickers to give you guys and some of his other students too that you guys can have. But yeah, I just wanted to ask, someone had a question about, you know, coming up with your first lesson, and Amanda said we will talk about the trainings that are coming up the week of November 12th, those 4 regional trainings throughout the state. But part of that one-day training, part of that agenda is working through our lesson plans and making sure everyone walks away from that day with having their first lesson plan already kind of picked out and ready to go for when they get back to their classrooms. So yeah, sounds good. Thanks.
Has Amy joined yet? I don't want to miss out on her sharing her experience from Waterville Elite Schools. I know they did some really neat lessons with their students and the younger grades on building their own dinosaurs, and then doing an English language lesson on telling a story about their dinosaurs. So,
yeah, I saw her come on for a little bit. I think she was having some connection trouble. So we will get her resources and her story shared out through the Go Open part.
Sure. Great. Any other questions for Parker and Megan or for Matt? All right, I've got one. How did Minecraft help you learn in different ways? So instead of having a piece of paper in front of you for math to figure out area, and that was one of your examples, was there other ways that using Minecraft helped you learn?
I mean, in my opinion, from what I've experienced with Minecraft, I am a very visual learner, and I think most people are, because it's very good to see what you're learning instead of, and I mean they do that in like writing on a chalkboard or a whiteboard in the classroom, but Minecraft is like the new whiteboard or chalkboard kind of like the whiteboard of the 21st century, if I could put it in one way. And I think it's a very visual tool to use whenever you're creating something. Yeah, it's very visual. It's like stuff.
All right, have you created your own worlds and been able to share them out with your friends?
Yeah, that's fun, and we can do it. We can do it like when we're creating any project, even when we're just playing together and making random stuff. But so they have it. There's a section in Minecraft, and you click it, and it has worlds that are open for you to join. And it's usually just going to be the people that's in your class, I think. Yeah. And you can click it, and it joins, and it tells them, oh, this person joined. And you can see who joined, and then you guys can work together, and there's a chat, and you guys can talk about what you're building and it's a lot of fun when you're working with other people. I think that's what makes it really fun.
I totally agree with that. It is, if you're working on something by yourself, I mean, that's fun, but if you're working and collaborating together on it, that's even better.
Have you ever had an experience where you're working with another classmate and something gets destroyed that you've built?
Oh, yes.
I've never had one, but I think she has.
Yeah, I had a world that was completely destroyed. We were working on our mountains, and I made mountains. I had mountains, and I made them, and then I don't know what happened. I might have deleted it somehow, but it was gone. And then it was, I couldn't get it back. I didn't know. But so we just created it. It was really easy to create it because it was just putting a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, that can be a tough one. You laugh that off, so that's good. That one of the great things about collaborating in our Google Docs and slides is that we can always go back into revision history and fix something. But in Minecraft, there's no undo button, and so there's some learning about that it can be remade and and it's also a great opportunity to practice our digital citizenship, and just that we are there to build and create and not to destroy each other, and a great place to practice in a safer environment of how to treat each other and our property online, not without some bumps and some reflecting, but good practice.
Great.
Do you have any more questions?
I don't. You guys have answered all the questions I had. Thank you. You were just amazing on how articulate. I want to thank you for being able to say exactly how you learn. That is an amazing skill to have. So thank you for sharing with us today.
Welcome.
All right. Okay. I think so. You want to try something?
You guys can hit up the Monopoly tournament now.
Yay.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to the year to come. So as you heard from our panel, from our students, oh, I heard our doorbell. Did we have a new visitor? I was just checking to see if maybe that was Amy, so she would have a chance to share, but doesn't seem to be. Okay, nope. So we'll move forward. Thank you again to our guests, our panel members, and let's start chatting about our year to come. So as you heard from our students and educators, they were really excited about what they did last year, are even more excited to see what is coming for this year. And I'm going to turn it back over to Matt to share with you what his new role is as our professional learning community coordinator and what he has planned for the year ahead.
Okay, so what we want to do as we move forward is stay connected and share what we're learning, trying, and working on together. And so we are going to do that in what's called the Go Open repository, and you can go to goopenmichigan.org is where that, that's a bad link. Okay.
We'll fix it.
We'll fix that link before we share the slides out. And so in the Go Open repository, it is a place to, it hosts what's called open education resources. And so the resources are public domain or an open license under Creative Commons. And so just in the way that Twitter and other places are places to just say, hey, try this out, this is a very formal way to say, try it, remix it, remake it, and make it your own. And so in Go Open, we have created a Minecraft Michigan group. And within that we'll have folders with different topics and different subjects. And as we build up our community, and what's also great, it has a discussion board so that we can communicate and as members. So your task in the pilot is to create a user account into goopenmichigan.org and join the Minecraft group, and then we'll begin to participate and share in the community. One of the first pieces that will be in the Go Open group is our landmark challenge, and so that is our next slide that will be coming up. And our landmark challenge is a great way, is a great, easy, early lesson to get started. It's a good entry level, and because you can just start with any blank space that you have in the Minecraft. And the challenge that we started with my classes here at the middle school is to create a Michigan landmark, anything that they think is significant, that they think they can recreate. And so we've gone back to some Mackinac landmarks. From a lot of our sixth graders just went on that field trip. But then we also have some people creating Ford Field or the University of Michigan Stadium, and then some local sites from us around Kalamazoo, or just one person working on making our library. And so just some just our community library in the middle of the village. And so just find a landmark, see if you can recreate it, see how you can build that scale down, and then our challenge as we connect and all of us are trying this landmark challenge is to send in those students, send in your student work, and that we will get all those displayed and share out what is happening, all the cool stuff that is made. And then we do have some recognition for the best. So for some of the best, and so we have some Minecraft swag for some of the most detailed, or the most that share the scale or have some significance to them. And then one chosen team, school, student group, get a live webcast with the Minecraft education team. And so that's another way to recognize the work put into there. See in the middle of the slide is student submissions. Right now we've selected February 1st, and reason for that is gives an opportunity for anybody in the pilot to get to the regional trainings, to get some time to try it out, and then to find the right place to slide in their first Minecraft activity. It might be good around the holidays when you say, what am I going to do? I could show a movie, or we can pull up some Minecraft and work on the landmark challenge, or maybe a great activity right after the holiday break and kind of soft start into the new year. And so for any of those choices, there's plenty of time to get it turned in to February 1st, and we'll also submit those through the Go Open PLC. And there'll be resources and a kit in there. If you say, what is this book and quill feature, you'll learn about that with the EduPaths courses, with the regional trainings, and with our starter kit in the Go Open PLC.
Matt, there was a question about what age or grade level did you recommend doing the landmark challenge?
Any? Any?
Right, it really could be any.
My experience is, middle grades, 4th, 5th, 6th, but my daughter is 3rd grade now, but she's been practicing and building and creating in Minecraft since 1st grade on the PC with all the keys, and so I know that they are that we could go all the way down into those primary grades with some of that experience. Now, I'd say definitely for the primary grades we're going to scale down, and probably won't be as intricate as doing a Mackinac Bridge and that big of a project, but can certainly pick something and recreate it in Minecraft as a landmark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I think it could be any age level. I've seen them as intricate detail as some training videos that were brought to us by the Microsoft team from students in India who had used the coding feature to build the pyramids, but not just the outside, but the inside to see all the pillars and tools.
I'm going to go get the...
So that was really neat as well. Or as a landmark challenge. So I think it really depends on the grade level and the instruction that's being provided behind it on what is age appropriate, but absolutely at any grade level, this project could be modified to support the different age levels.
Yes.
Great, thanks, Matt.
Okay.
All right, our next topic. Also, I just wanted to share out all of this information, of course, is in the PowerPoint, and we have our presenters and speakers sharing with us, but I will send out a thank you email to everyone who participated, as well as everyone who's part of the pilot, that has all of this key information bulleted out and where they can find it as well. So I know that you saw it here on the PowerPoint, but you'll also want to know, how to reach the Go Open group so that you can join the PLC. So we'll make sure that all that information gets shared out as well. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Susie. out in Seattle today, and she's going to talk about the Minecraft adoption program.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda. Hey, everyone. For those that you don't know me, my name is Susie Tinker. I recently just joined the Minecraft education team. I've been in role about 3 months, but I came from the Microsoft education team. So working super closely and selling Minecraft actually is what I did in my old role, and I had this unique opportunity to join our products team and help and still get to work with my same customers around the world to help deploy Minecraft. So I've been working super closely with Amanda and Matt and figuring out how can we best support the educators in Michigan who are part of this Year 2 pilot. So I offered up my VIP program to Amanda. It is called the Minecraft Adoption Program, and it is with around 20 to 30 educational entities in the world. So Michigan would be one of those 20 to 30 participants in this program. And we are looking to partner with some key individuals from Michigan from the Year 2 pilot. We can't include everyone because I am running this program for our Minecraft education team. We're pretty small. There's actually only about 12 of us here in Redmond on the education side of things. But we're looking to partner with some unique individuals. With the help of Matt and Amanda, we'll kind of be figuring out who are going to be our leaders in Michigan in terms of the Year 2 pilot. And the goal of the program, like it says on the slide, is to empower our key customers, Michigan Department of Education being one of those, to maximize the use and build capacity for self-sustainment in terms of using Minecraft Education Edition in the classroom. So there are some requirements to being part of the program. So if you're on this call live or listening to the recording and you're thinking, you know, maybe I do want to take an extra step and be a part of this program and take my Minecraft education skills to the next level, these are the requirements. So you would commit. So these are a little different. This was more specific to the program, and we've tailored them a little bit to Michigan. But you would have to be attending one of the 4 regional training days coming up, the 12th through the 15th. I'll be at all of the trainings except the Monday of the 12th. And then we can also look at having some other trainings throughout the school year as well. You have to commit to using Minecraft education in the classroom at least 2 times per month. You will have syncs with the other Michigan participants around once a month with me on a conference call just like this, where we will provide support, ask how things are going, and then also get feedback of how can we make our product better and what resources can be providing the educators that might not exist today that might make it easier to use Minecraft in the classroom. We are going to be creating a Microsoft Team channel. If you're not familiar with Teams, it's super easy to use, but I am creating a Minecraft adoption program team where all participants around the world will be joining. It'll be a great community to see live what other participants like Michigan DOE is doing as a part of this program and learn from other educators. And then test some of our new beta features that we have going out. I will say it here, we talked a little bit about coding, and Matt's students talked a little bit about using coding in the classroom, but we will be launching a new update of the game that will have coding built into the application. That's not publicly announced yet, so don't go posting it all over Twitter or something. But on the 13th, we have a product update where coding will actually be built into the game, and we are coming out with some new computer science and coding curriculum. There's about 20 hours worth of content for elementary and middle school coding and computer science that we're coming out with that update, which is pretty exciting. Side note there. And then the benefits are pretty obvious. White glove support from our team, the training, getting started with those pilot educators that want to take that next step, really partnering with them on their experience, working on classroom management best practices, helping figure out lesson plans if you're stuck and don't know what to do next, having those syncs with our team to provide support, early access to features, joining that community and teams page, and then the best one, and everyone's most excited about this one always, is the opportunity for case studies if there's examples of exceptional use in the classroom, and Microsoft Showcase School nominations, which is pretty exciting as well. So Amanda can speak a little bit about how the nomination process will work, but I will be working closely with her and Matt figuring out who from Michigan Year 2 pilot would be a great candidate to, oh, this is awesome, a great candidate to participate in the Minecraft adoption program. So yeah, I guess, you know, if you're on the call, go ahead and join or click yes or no. If you say no, you won't hurt my feelings. The only other thing I will add, and I think Matt said this really well, is like he learned with his students how to play Minecraft. He didn't know anything about it. You do not have to be an expert at playing Minecraft in order to be a part of this program. That's not the point at all. The point is we want to help develop those skills of how to deliver an excellent lesson and actually use it in curriculum. We're not trying to teach you how to play Minecraft or how to use redstone or certain cool education edition blocks. Like, that's not the point at all. We want to empower you to get this to your students, and from there your students will teach you, which I think is probably what Matt would probably say also is one of the coolest things about using this tool in the classroom as well.
Absolutely. So as you can see, I posted our little poll there just to see if you're interested in participating in MAP. Matt and I will be completing or putting out a link to a survey or a application. We've talked about what some of those credentials or the criteria would look like to join MAP. We do have space for 9 additional participants in the MAP program here in Michigan, and we're looking for a great diversification of content being taught, grade level. I can't talk anymore today. Friday afternoon.
It's Friday.
Grade level, content area, diversity across the state. You know, we want to make sure we've got some of our UP folks. We want rural, urban. So we're really going to look at a diverse demographic that can participate in the MAP program. As Susie said, MAP, her team that's going to be created in Microsoft Teams, will be individuals, educators from all across the world. So what we're asking too is that if you are selected to be part of the worldwide MAP program, that you also participate in what Matt's working on in our own Michigan professional learning community. So what you're learning in the national MAP program, you can be bringing back and sharing with Michigan's educators too, so that we can build the capacity across the state and create a really rich community of Minecraft users here in Michigan. So I just wanted to add that too. So thank you for filling out our poll. I'm going to end it now. We're at about 57%. People said yes, 43 are saying maybe, and there's no. So everyone
there you go.
engaged and interested in this type of activity. And like I said, Matt and I will be following up with that email with a link to a application process. So if you're interested in participating, you can complete the application process, and we'll be finalizing that in the next week or two.
Yeah, great. And then, like I said, I'll be at 3 out of the 4 trainings on the week of the 12th that we'll talk about here in just a little bit. But we can talk about more in detail what those requirements would look like, kind of go over more of that support and what that would look like as well at those training sessions on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th if you're interested in learning more.
Great. Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, thanks, Amanda.
Okay. Next up, we have our Michigan Minecraft Educator Academy, as Susie was sharing. So Susie, you want to come back on and share a little bit more about the trainings?
Yeah, sounds good. So we are having 4 regional trainings in 2 weeks, the 12th through the 15th. And the locations are all posted there. We are bringing one of our VIP Black Belt training partners. There will be 2 individuals, one that is local to Michigan, which will be really great to talk maybe a little bit more about standards and lesson plans that align to Michigan standards and things like that. So it's going to be a really incredible opportunity to learn more about how to get started in the classroom. It's one day, so there's a lot of content that we can cover in one day, and we want to make sure we strategically pick the best training content that we can for this group. So it is going to be less around how to play and more around lesson planning and how to incorporate it into your curriculum and what you're already doing in the classroom today. We've done about 5 trainings in the last month with this group, and all of the feedback has been phenomenal. So I definitely recommend, if you are able to attend one of these 4 days, please sign up and come join us. I'm really excited to meet everyone, and it's going to be an amazing learning experience and great opportunity to ask specific questions that you may have and learn from some folks that have been using Minecraft in the classroom for a really long time. So yeah, please register for the events. They're going to be really, really fun, and we hope to see you there. Amanda, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Yep, I just wanted to let everyone know that within the PowerPoint, if you click on the icons of the dates, that will take you directly to the registration page. So I'm sharing my screen here. It's through REMC, so you can just select the date, and it'll take you right to the registration page. So it's really easy there. I will be putting a registration link on our website too, and we've been sending out the flyer as well that has the link to the registration. So, and if you can't find it, please email me and I will send you the link. We would love to see you there. The other thing I want to share about this is because we want to ensure that everyone who comes to the training has that strong foundation, so we can really focus in on helping support educators create their first lesson plan, so that you can leave that day with that first lesson plan feeling very confident on how to do Minecraft with students. We are also suggesting that everyone participate or complete the 4 Minecraft Education Edition courses in EduPass, which is what Matt was talking about earlier with his students on where to begin with that tutorial world. That's all built there. So the PowerPoint also has a link directly to EduPass right there, the 4 courses. They're very well done and clear. I went through them as well. That's how I learned. I would also say grab a 10-year-old or 11-year-old. That's how I learned as well. Shameless plug, my son taught me and came into the department and taught our coworkers here at the department how to play Minecraft using that introductory world as well. So you have lots of resources there on how to learn about it and feel very comfortable and confident maneuvering in Minecraft before you attend the regional workshops. So,
Awesome.
Information to come about that too. We'll be sending lots of reminders out to everyone. Perfect. Thank you, Susie, for that. I'm now going to turn it over to my friends at Prodigy Learning. Eric, are you still on? Do you want to talk about your new opportunity? This is that hot off the presses pilot that I shared a little bit about earlier, but I'll stop rambling now and let Eric chat.
Perfect. Amanda, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you all today. I'll just take a few minutes. Since I'm the new one to the team, I'll just introduce myself quickly. I am Eric Robertson. I'm based in Minneapolis, working with Prodigy Learning, who is based out of the UK with offices in London, Dublin, and Australia. Just previous to this, I spent 13 years on the Microsoft education team. The last 2 years of my career at Microsoft worked very closely as the liaison to the Minecraft team, actually. So a lot of experience there. And then specifically with CTE in the United States, bringing skills and certifications. So the Michigan CTE program and the North Carolinas and those folks that are certifying their high school students in Microsoft and other technology as well. So, and before that, I was in the classroom. I taught 6th grade for 7 years. So hopefully, hopefully we'll kind of put on that lens today. Prodigy focuses on certifying students across multiple technology stacks, but a big chunk of their business is Microsoft. So think of them like a Certiport, Pearson Certiport, or a company like that. They also do a lot of work in computer science. They've recently developed 3 courses with a 4th on AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning in development. The first 3 courses that they've built are basic coding courses, that cover block-based and JavaScript, and these are taught inside of Minecraft. So each course each course has a complete curriculum that's provided in OneNote or as a PDF. It also has a specific world with it with all the coding activities and assignments in it. And then it has assessments and rubrics that go with it for students to create artifacts that demonstrate their competency. And then in some states and possibly some countries, schools will also offer certificates or certifications for completion of the courses and mastery of the content. All of the courses are being mapped and then aligned to CSTA standards in the U.S., so the Computer Science Teachers of America standards that are relatively new. Prodigy is walking through the process of mapping and having those all aligned. And so this is brand new. We're looking to do some pilots in the U.S. and specifically with states that are active with Minecraft, developing their computer science strategy, but also have demonstrated kind of a value and history around certifying students at specifically the high school levels. We feel that getting more students excited at younger ages around computer science is obviously going to lead to more coders and developers as we get into high school and college, where students do start to get certified in these crafts. And so we think this is just a really great on-ramp for that. The content is really designed for upper elementary, middle, and then entry to high school. So we see kind of this, you know, like as we see Minecraft at all grade levels, we also see coding at all grade levels. But we really do think about this as kind of that 4th through 9th grade range. And so we're in conversations right now with MDE around how might we pilot this. We'll probably be looking for like 5 or 6 classrooms in Michigan to partner with us to pilot these 3, you know, 1 or 2 of these 3 coding courses. And I won't go much further because, as you know, Amanda, we're in such early conversations. I want to be cautious. So the purpose of jumping on today's call was really simply to serve as a commercial for, you know, here's kind of what we're thinking about and where we're going. And of course, you know, try and start to recruit and get people excited to pilot this among all the other cool things that you guys are doing. So be thinking about this really on the computer science piece. Just one caveat, and Susie kind of hit on this as well. Don't let not having Minecraft or computer science background scare you away. One of the big things that we have to be able to accomplish if we're going to bring computer science to younger students and get them excited is we have to bring computer science to teachers that are teaching those younger students. We have to develop capacity there. We also have to develop programs that are kind of easy to use and sometimes even student-led. And we keep coming back to that theme in Minecraft, and I think that's really, really important. Teachers are going to have the opportunity to learn not only Minecraft, but some basic coding in block-based and JavaScript right alongside their students here, and we're excited about that. So I'll just open it up for questions, Amanda, and then I'll look forward to further conversations.
Absolutely. So I have put up the poll there too, just so we can kind of gauge today's participants to see if anyone's interested. And definitely, again, there's some interest out there with 33% currently at a yes, 67% are maybe. Like you said, we're just at the beginning conversations of how this program, this pilot project might fit here in Michigan, as Michigan is working on developing and adopting computer science standards. And so there's definitely interest here, it seems. Are there any questions for Eric about the computer science certification program, and or just any ideas or thoughts that anyone wants to share out about this topic?
I do, Kathy, thanks for the hat comment. I selected this hat specifically for this conversation. So, but Jake had a question there in terms of rolling out the resources. And just to be transparent, Jake, this is really early in the pilot, and I think the pilot will even help define that. So all of the resources will be, so the worlds and the curriculum, teachers will be able to download them from Prodigy. But I suspect as we partner with like an MDE, those resources could go right inside of like the, you know, the Michigan open org or site, or whatever each state or large district might be that we're working with. So I think there'll probably be some flexibility there of where that destination is. But just to be clear, the formats, there'll be 3 formats for curriculum. There'll be PDF, Sway, and OneNote. So you'll kind of be able to select there. The worlds of the worlds. The rubrics will be done in all 3. And then students will be able to collect artifacts and do portfolios in, PowerPoint or slides or, whatever medium you so choose. Hope that answers the question.
Yes, I think so. As you were talking to, this tagline from another group that I've been working with came to mind. It's called that Brave Before Perfect. And I think that's what we're doing here, is we're being really brave and sharing different ideas around how best to help kids. And so we know that there's a lot to learn, which is why we're piloting things, we're trying things, we're testing them, we're open to letting students have a voice in what is built here. So it'll be really great to see how this pilot project, what can be informed by this pilot project, what resources could be created and shared, like you said, and talked about with our Go Open repository. So it's always neat for me to just put these ideas out there and see where the community and where the field takes it. So thank you for sharing with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yep. Great. All right, I'm going to move us on to the next slide. We have EduPaths. So Anthony, I see you are on with us now. EduPaths wants to talk about their case study for Minecraft as well.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me okay, Amanda?
Yep.
Perfect. So I know Jake was on there for a little bit, and he had to step out, so glad to be part of this, and so excited to be a partner with these. So as this whole process unfolds and with all these different opportunities, what we're looking at is a way for us to highlight and to do a case study with any of those teachers that complete the portions and do the PD and really hit a point where they're saying, hey, I have Minecraft and I'm doing these really cool things, and partnering with them to hopefully build some additional resources and then even possibly putting them into EduPaths. We're looking for the Matts of the world. So we're looking for that idea of, hey, I have this and I'm running with it, and I'm succeeding, or I'm finding lots of success or doing cool things. So that's the general idea. And we would hope to be able to highlight some of that at McCall 2019. So if we rewind half a year or look forward a half a year, the idea will be, hey, we're at McCall, we're a bunch of computer users getting together and sharing great ideas, and this would be one of those great ideas.
Great. Thank you, Anthony. I'm going to launch the poll here too. So attendees, would you be interested in participating in the EduPaths case study as well?
I don't have a cool hat.
You don't, but you're wearing your EduPaths swag, which I love.
I am.
I still want one, by the way.
You write that down real quick.
Yeah, make that. No, Amanda wants a cool EduPaths. I've got a couple chat. Let's see, what do we have here? In the chat groups, does anyone have any questions about the EduPaths piece? Is everyone familiar with EduPaths?
And as people are potentially chatting, EduPaths is free, free PD, free sketches. The 4 courses are each one of them is either 30 or 45 minutes. You can start and stop it as much as you want. To Amanda's earlier point, if you're coming to any of the events, we would encourage you to at least take the first course and start to dabble in it. If you can crank through all 4 and do those pieces, I think you're going to really hit the ground running, and you're not going to enter any of this with, I know what Minecraft is, but I don't really know what to do. You're going to hit the ground with, I know what Minecraft is, and I know it can do X, Y, and Z, but I have a question about this. And that's where we really want to help out.
Right. Great. Okay. Well, thank you, Anthony.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Let's see. The next slide is on all the new resources and Minecraft features. So between Susie, Matt, and I, we're going to tag team and share with you some of the new features that are coming up or have launched. Susie already gave us a little peek into what's going to happen on the 13th with the integration of with the coding integrated into the system. But Matt, are you still there? Do you want to talk about the Or no, I'm going to go to Susie first. Sorry, Susie, do you want to share with us about the chemistry feature and the aquatic features, those new features in Minecraft?
Yeah, of course. They're not super new, but last year we came out with 2 updates. We have the chemistry update, which is super fun. I sat through a Train the Trainer training a couple weeks ago, and we walked through the chemistry world. It's one world that can be used in science classes, and there's a bunch of activities pre-built into that and a bunch of lessons on the website that you can use with that one already pre-built world as well. There's a lot of work around using different elements to create different compounds. The little activity we did is we used some elements to create a helium balloon, and then we tied balloons onto our animals and watched them float away and took photos of them. It was like the cutest little thing I've ever seen. So the chemistry update is really, really great for science, even for elementary school science, where science isn't always taught super thoroughly at the elementary school level. So that's great to use there for any of our science teachers out there. You can learn more on the website. And then Update Aquatic was just, you know, the bit larger Minecraft team released this, and we created some Education Edition components to it. But there's lots of new underwater animals. It's really fun to go explore. There's lots of lesson plans on the website around sustainability in our oceans and things like that. So for all of these updates that we're coming out with, there's always pre-built content, worlds, and lesson plans, and those can all be found on our Minecraft Education Edition website. So yeah, those are 2 super fun updates. They're really great to take a look at if you've never played around in them before. Super cute and super fun. Is that good, Amanda?
That was perfect. And I will say the aquatic feature was very neat because my son and I went treasure hunting the other day in Minecraft. So we were out there finding the treasure maps and hunting. So it was really neat. So thank you for sharing. Matt, do you want to talk now about the iPad update and the Hour of Code?
Yeah, I mean, on iPad, it's new this fall or late summer to be on the iPad, and so that was a good option to have, because before we were PC or in Windows or the Mac OS, and so to have that iPad option was great. That's where I had found myself playing the greatest on my own outside of Minecraft Education Edition. Was on the tablet, and so it was nice to have that option. The new update, and Susie maybe will share it also on the November 13th with the new app for the iPad. Will have the code, also the coding connection also within the iPad. It has all the has the world has world templates and a large world library, and so just a lot of resources within that iPad option. And then over on the other side, the coding connection was new. I think newer late in the I don't know, late winter last winter, and when we did a training at McCall, you had to connect 2 apps and stuff. Connect 2 apps for 2 weeks. So Susie said we'll have that code connection integrated into the one application, and just really cool to see the large builds that can be done once you set your agent to build a large area, to hollow out an area, and you can make much larger landmarks once you can control that agent, learn how to code it. And what I liked in the new update is that it used some block-based coding to start to build with the agent, but then you can toggle over and see what the JavaScript is, and so kind of translate between those two languages and start to connect the 2.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. Susie, did you want to add anything about that?
Yeah, no, so yeah, iPad came out about a month or 2 ago, which is super exciting. So we're now available on Windows 10, iPad, and Mac OS. And like I said, we have a new update of the game being pushed out on November 13th. So if any of you have Minecraft downloaded already, update that and you will see some of the new features that are coming in this update. It's going to be super awesome. We actually have some new Educator resources is built straight into the game. There's a product feedback button built straight into the game, and coding as well, which is very exciting. And then we launched Hour of Code yesterday. So if you guys wanted to go to the Hour of Code website and look at our new Aquatic Hour of Code activity, it's super fun. I beta tested it a couple weeks ago. It's really cute. So yeah, everyone should be doing the Hour of Code. And I think when you complete it, there's some options to activities actually in Minecraft Education Edition to kind of lead to that next step in the game. So yeah, that's awesome.
Great. Thanks. Yeah, I want to share that both the iPad and some of the Hour of Code Michigan school districts did some beta testing and provided feedback. Wayland Union was one that was big in using their iPads because they're an iPad district in beta testing before Microsoft launched. So that's another great aspect of our partnership with Microsoft and the Minecraft team, is that we get this preview up front to test these new features and go, you know, it's not working real well right here, so can you fix this, or can you try this? And so we're really excited to be able to have that feedback loop with Microsoft and the product owners to build those features in for our students here in Michigan, but then also it'll benefit across the world, really. So thank you to our Michigan educators who piloted that for us, as well as thank you to Microsoft for giving us that opportunity to be those beta testers. So, I did share on the chat feature what might be some new features you'd like to see in the Minecraft edition. You know, knowing that we've got the ear of our Microsoft team, what might be some of those features you'd like to see? What would be your ideal dreamscape that could be built into Minecraft in the next, 6 months to a year to 2 years? What would be some of those crazy ideas we could share with them? So feel free to put them in the chat feature today or email us later on. I do see we have a question here about when will Chromebooks be able to use Minecraft. That's something I've been pushing on. There's some technical problem solving that needs to happen there. So we'll continue to have those conversations, but as far as I know, Susie, you can chime in on this, but as far as I know, Chromebooks are not supported yet, and there's not really a set time frame of when that might come to fruition.
Yep, not on Chromebook today. The 3 platforms are Windows 10, iPad, and Mac OS. We did just release iPad, so no timeline for Chromebook at this point. So yeah, I guess just keep any lookout for announcements, but I don't have anything to share from the product side yet of when that could be happening, if it will ever happen. Yeah.
And I also want to put the question out there to the group of what other resources would be helpful. I know as a parent, I have heard other parents say, well, how in the heck is my kid sitting down playing Minecraft really even learning anything? So parent night resources, we've been working with the National PTA and some of the trainers. Neil Magnagold has supported creating those resources that could be shared with educators. So if you're implementing this in your classroom, just like Matt's school is doing tonight with his Monopoly tournament and other fun things, there might be an opportunity to bring parents together to share some of the resources to really help them understand how using these kinds of tech tools engages students but really helps them learn as well, that disguised learning. So those are some resources we'll be having available soon to share in a way, probably on our Go Open repository. That's where all those lessons and worlds and resources will be housed. So that's one thing I wanted to put out there to you, so you know that is coming soon. And then feel free to share with us ideas you have. Tina just shared the idea of literature trip worlds would be stellar. Students could build these worlds, so maybe a challenge for Minecraft. That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing. And let's see, I want to circle back to Amy. She is here, one of our educators who piloted in year 1. So we've got a few minutes. Amy, are you available to connect and want to share your experience from last year's pilot with us?
I'm not sure. Sorry. On my phone. Okay.
There you go.
Trying not to be loud.
There's a little feedback, but I think it's...
Can you hear me? It's
Yeah, we've got feedback. So we'll move on. And when you're ready or you figured out that, we'll reach back out to you. Just shoot me a message in the chat feature. Does that work?
yes.
Okay. Yep, next slide. Oh, Amy, is that you? It didn't sound accurate.
Hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know exactly what you want to hear. Would you like to know?
Yeah, if you could just share some of the highlights from your year one with the group, that'd be great.
A couple of things is stuff that I did was I teach 6th grade science, and so I did I'm going to try to see if you can, not sure if you can see it. If you can see the board. I did we talked about dinosaurs, and so we did a fossil unit, and they had to build a dinosaur, and then I tied in language arts, so they had to write a story, a fictional story about their dinosaur. And I've done geologic time, and I tried to build in every time we researched it, and they had to research and then build their geologic time that represented whatever time period I gave them. So that was just a couple of things I tried to do cross-curricular. I'm starting to do a Newton's Law. I'm putting that together this weekend so I can do a Newton's Law lesson plan as well. I don't know if there's any questions.
No, that's cool. Thanks for sharing. When walking around, that was neat to see those.
Sorry, did it bother you?
No, it was good. I was trying to find you, and then I found you, and I'm like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, the students really liked it. The one thing I would mention is that the students do know a lot more than we do, and I learned a lot from them. And they know how to go to other portals.
Yes.
And so they would disappear off my screen, and I found out from my own 6th grader that where they were traveling was the netherworld. And so I had to just the one thing was, this is what you can do, and if not, they were removed from the game, and they had to do a paper project instead of the Minecraft project. So I always had an alternative that they could do just in case they messed around.
Gotcha. Great. So we asked some of the other educator too, is so why did you choose to use Minecraft in your classroom?
I actually was getting my Michigan certification back because I came from I just moved back from Texas a year ago, and I did an EduPath. Actually, I was doing one of the EduPath classes on Minecraft in the classroom. And when I asked somebody about it here, our tech person here, he actually was like, oh, you know what, we're just about to pilot this. Would you be willing to do it? So I just thought in science I could tie it in a bunch of different ways and also do cross-curricular. So I also tie in math. We do graphing. They have to find the square. For the dinosaurs, they had to find the square footage, the area that they took up on the, their dinosaur would take up on the ground. And they had to do a lot of math before we could actually even start.
Great. And we also asked, how did you use Minecraft to help you redefine your lesson planning?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How did you use Minecraft to redefine your lesson plans and planning time? I think you might have talked about this a little bit when you said you still have your, kind of the let's use Minecraft for the lesson, but if there is a classroom, what do I want to say? I'm blanking because it's Friday afternoon, but then you would have your alternative with the paper. So that was not very articulate, my question, but.
This would usually the end projects after my lessons, but yes, I would always have, this is exactly what I want to do, but if you're going to misbehave, there was always something that was similar, just it was all on paper. They had to draw out the dinosaur instead of build it. They had to write, they did the stories right in one of the portfolios and then they put it in a chest. So then I could come out and pull it out of the chest and read and grade their story. Instead, they would have to do a paper version of writing the story. So everything they did was on paper version. So that way I always had a backup for kids that they're sixth graders. They decide to, I'm going to drop some water, flood somebody's stuff. I'm going to drop some bombs on their things, go to a different world. So they had warning. And then if they continued, they would have an alternative.
So you had to have classroom management, but then also Minecraft management.
Right. The classroom management, the classroom mode that you could go on to really allowed me to see that they had to stay in a certain area, and if they didn't, I could pull them back to where they're supposed to be. I would suggest that I did it as every class was on the same one, but to do it again this year, all my classes would have their own world. So then I can go to my first hours class and just do them, and they would have a range where they would have to stay.
Perfect. That's a great lesson learned that you just shared with folks. So thank you. All right. In the essence of time, I want to just move us along. I wanted to share here with everyone, we had some opportunity to discuss some celebrations, which we've been doing over the call. It's really celebrating all of the success we had in year one with being able to deploy out 64,000 licenses. But more so not just the deploying of licenses, but it was really the use of those licenses by students and teachers, as we just heard from Amy and we heard from Matt and Parker and Megan. So those were great examples of some of the celebrations we had. I also want us to start thinking again, as we talked about year two pilot, what goals might you have and what goals might you want to set for the year? For example, I want to have my students participate in the landmark challenge and submit that on Go Open, or I have a personal goal to complete all 4 of the EduPath courses. So take a minute, just, this is not anything we're collecting, or I'm not going to call you up or send you an email and say, hey, did you meet your goal this year? But maybe just jot down on a little piece of paper next to you or type it into your notes on your computer, a goal that you'd like to set for yourself for this year. So I know I've got 4 goals that I set out for the pilot project this year that we're working on, which is to make sure that we're providing you with a strategic and specific professional development throughout the year. So I'm hoping this webinar is meeting one of my goals in sharing this information with you. So I'm going to jump then to the next screen. This was a really cool visual with fireworks in the back that I was hoping would work, but it didn't. But that's okay. So you get the idea of celebrate. Let's celebrate the great work that we're doing in the classroom and across the state. We really always need to take time to do that. And by celebrating too, then we can also look to the future. And like, as I shared, some next steps that you might want to be thinking about is setting some goals. That set goals is linked to our techplan.org page. This is the deployment guide. It will walk you through different features as far as how to download software, assign licenses, but there's some really good planning guide on how to develop goals and metrics, some guiding questions there. So that's why that's linked in there for you. Make sure that you're checking with your tech staff that that software is downloaded and your licenses are being assigned, that those Office 365 accounts are being created. Students, if you're a Google school, you don't have to, the students don't need to know that they have 2 accounts. They just need to know that they have a login and password for Minecraft. So make sure that you've done that. Conduct your first lesson with kids might be a next step you take. Take those EduPass online course. Make sure you register for our training. Review the Landmark Challenge documents. They will be posted also on our techplan.org site and within the Go Open repository soon. And like I said, explore that Go Open Michigan repository. It's going to be a wealth of resources, not just Minecraft resources. There's social studies, the My Open Book projects, links out to all types of openly licensed educational resources. So there's a wealth of information there. That was a shameless plug for one of our other EdTech initiatives. Please check it out, but specifically for our for our Minecraft group and our resources there for Minecraft. And lastly, I just want to say, does anyone have any questions? Feel free to put them in the chat window or email Matt, myself, or Susie. There's our contact information. Like I said, you're going to see a lot more information coming from Matt and I. Matt is our new professional learning community coordinator, and I'm the state's Minecraft education project manager. So we can support you and connect you with whatever resources or technical support you might need during this next pilot year. So I'll open it up. We are 1 minute over, but if there are any questions, I'll stay on for a few minutes here to respond. Matt's here too for any questions. But if not, I just want to thank you for your time today. Have a great and safe weekend. Don't forget to turn back your clock so we get to fall back an hour. So that'll be nice, a little extra sleep for everybody. You're welcome, Kathy.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Susie. Thanks.
Amanda, this is Anthony. That whole clock thing, yeah, no parent ever says that that's a good thing, ever. Let me rephrase that. Any parent with younger children never says that.
I was going to say, mine's sleeping now, but that's what you get when they get to 16.
Okay, Amanda, that was fun. I'm hanging up. It's Michelle.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Michelle. Bye. See you. All right, well, I'm going to stop our recording, at least do that.